I had a sister who drowned before I was born. When I was about 6, my grandma said that I told her about a doll that I had hid on the highest shelf in her closet, back when I was a knick-knack girl, which is the nickname my grandma used to call my sister. She climbed up to the top of the shelf in her closet, which was far beyond my reach at that age, and sure enough, there was my sister's old favorite doll. She broke into tears, and from that day forward, my Christian grandma believed that I was the reincarnation of my sister. I don't remember it, nor can I explain it, but it happened. My uncle died of kidney failure before dialysis was invented, when my dad was 13. As a kid, I would reference really specific things my uncle and my dad did together, like going to drag races, including mentioning the names of the people they'd see when they were there, and reference the dog they had as kids when my dad never brought that up and I didn't even remember the dog's name. My dad definitely believes I'm the reincarnation. I also have kidney issues. It's weird, especially when you're speaking like you were there when it was over 30 years ago. My parents tell me the story all the time that they never believed in such things until I was born. By the time I could formulate full sentences, aged 2 or 3, till I was at least 8 or so, I was very adamant and had zero hesitation bringing it up out of nowhere. I was a rodeo rider who fell off a bronco and broke my neck. Trippy thing is, 2 years before I was born, there was a rodeo rider who died of a broken neck on the day of my birthday. I've always had the tendency to zone out and enter into an altered state that seems as real as this physical one. Once as a young adult, I tried a past life regression with a hypnotherapist. Regardless of what you may think, the visualizations and questions were open-ended and non-leading in this case. In fact, once I hit this deep state, it was like reliving something, and ignored the hypnotherapist until she woke me up as it all played out. As usual, I zoned the fuck out, but in this case, about as intense as I've ever experienced. I saw myself as a scribe in a monastery somewhere in Spain, north of Barcelona, during the 1300s. Seeing maps, numbers, and detailed info was even more clear than usual. In this life, I knew that the religious leaders where I was were using their authority in a bad way, but I was too much of a coward to stand up to them. There was a widow with 2 children from a nearby town that came to our monastery for help. We wanted each other, but I wouldn't break my vow of celibacy for her. I died of a heart attack at 42, pretty much alone and horribly unsatisfied. This life, I was born into a Jehovah's Witness family. I stood up to my family and congregation elders and left their cult in my early 20s. I dated a woman for a while, the only time I ever had love at first sight, with the exact same eyes and feel some years ago. She is the one who got away, as I was a mess and too broken at the time from losing my family and friends from departing the cult after realizing it was shit. To me, it sort of felt like this life was me doing the things I failed at last time. I often have dreams about this red brick apartment building I've never been to. In my dreams, my friends live there, and there is a garden on the roof. I've been having this dream since the age of 10 at least, and the building is definitely an older style in another city. I wonder if it actually exists somewhere, or if I will end up finding it somewhere sometime. Someone said once, maybe it was from a past life.